Well, welcome to Wild Goose Adventures. We're down here on the Sunshine Coast. Very special episode, lots of thrills and spills. Hang around and find out more. Foiling basically involves putting a wing, like an aeroplane wing, underneath the board. With the water passing over that wing, the unequal tension will create lift, and if you get enough pressure, it will lift the board and the rider out of the water and begin to fly. Once the board is out of the water, the wing will accelerate because it doesn't have the water tension from the board, and that will then create more lift. The job of the rider then is to balance that lift by moving their weight forward and backwards. Sounds really easy in theory, but what about in practice? The best way to learn how to do this is to be towed behind a boat in a controlled environment. And Ocean Addicts here on the Sunshine Coast are the experts. They've kindly agreed to come down and put me through my paces.
So when we're riding the board, okay, like the board, you're naturally going to want to stand kind of in the middle to balance the board out. But when we're riding the wing, our centre mass needs to be over the top of that wing. I always say it's a bit like, you know, walking a tightrope or riding the magic carpet. If you've done either of those, you're halfway there.
After some introductory theory from Ben, it was time to get out on the water, and before long, take the plunge into reality. The first issue seemed to be finding my feet. After a severe talking to myself, it was time to get back to the sage advice from the jetty. Getting up in the air was the easy bit. The first part of this experience is to keep the nose down once it does start to fly. Still, there was the comfort of safely landing this foiling beast. Well, sometimes at least. As I got more comfortable, it was time to try and fly a little further and a little higher. Of course, the inevitable happened. The higher you fly, the harder you fall. So Ben, we've had a ride today. How'd we go?
Yeah, that did really well. Very, very impressed.
Yeah.
And it was good to sort of see you getting up, getting a few glides in there. That's all we can really ask for, is to get up and do a few glides, and you wasted past that. To stay up, to turn, and even try and get out on the side of the boat, mate. You did really, really well.
So that's the start of my my foiling career.
It's the beginning. It's the beginning. Yeah.
And look, I'm kind of surprised that I've never done it before, and I probably had a total of an hour actually riding, and I got up and going. I didn't hurt myself. I didn't break anything, which I didn't cut myself.
I'm amazed that when you got lost control. Like, I would have bailed ages ago, and you just held on. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
So it's a really fun thing to do for people to. If you're interested in having a go at foiling, it really is worth it, isn't it?
Oh mate, it'll change the world. Yeah. Foiling has changed my life.
Well, wasn't Ben a hoot? I really enjoy and I'm inspired about being around people who have had their lives changed and they're totally passionate about what they're doing. Beethoven once said, to play a wrong note, that's insignificant, but to play without passion, that's inexcusable. What would you like to do? What are those hidden little things that you would like to try? Please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. If you've got some ideas for me to go and try and do things, please let me know as well. Always up for an adventure, always good to try new things. Really want to thank my son Cooper for helping film that little episode. Couldn't have done it without him. He was totally awesome. If you think foiling might be something you'd like to try, go and give Ocean Addicts a call. I'll leave the link in the description below. And if you do and mention WGA Foiling, then Ben has kindly offered a 2-for-1 deal. So you can go, and you maybe a significant other or a child or a friend, go and do it together. I can really recommend it. It is totally fun, and I had a great time. That's it for Wild Goose Adventures for this episode. If you've liked it, please hit that like button. Subscribe, as per usual. That'd be totally awesome, and thank you for all the people who have subscribed so far. And until next time, smooth sailing.